I got the power to move ya. The Jasmine Green Mechanical coming at you live.
Greetings, Jasmine coming at you live from where I'm coming at you from. Here from our new podcast, PlaNiya podcast. Yes, this episode will be entitled Introduction because you know nothing about what this is going to be about. How about that? I am the Jasmine Green Mechanical. I just put the in there to make myself feel better about myself. And it is important that you always remember that your mind is your mind. It sounds much better in first person, but whatever. Now, my mission and the purpose of this podcast to me, first of all, let me tell you a little bit about myself. Again, I am Jasmine Green Mechanical being the name that I got married into. I like to sing, I like to write, I like to act. I'm not sure if I'm particularly good at it, but I can handle certain scenes. And I am the founder and owner of the PlaNiya Entertainment Company, LLC. My purpose in my life, I feel, is to use my talents to do God's will, which is to draw people closer to Him. To help people appreciate their differences and respect their minds and opinions. To exude positive energy and to live my life as a compassionate follower of Christ. My mission is to teach billions and to instill conscious forethought, which connects a deeper meaning of life within individuals. I want to be my best self and to prove that throughout everyone's life obstacles, giants do fall. That's my favorite story in the Bible is David and Goliath. I also want to love the best that I can and to fight my best fight in everything and pretty much to change the world. If you would like to tell me your life mission or your life's purpose or your mission statement, feel free to email me and I'll leave that information at the end. The purpose of this podcast is to basically give my opinion and the opinion of others on topics that need more attention. It's basically to inspire you and to ignite some thought processes, to unify us as a people. And that's just the main goal. I'm just gonna start off by saying Happy New Year. I hope you didn't do too much crazy stuff last night. And you probably flipping through Facebook seeing a whole bunch of New Year's resolution posts. And you're not sure how to feel about it. On one end, you want to judge people to my this is my new year, new me kind of thing. And on the other hand, you secretly probably feel the same way. I was one of them people who felt the same way that you feeling right now. And if you're not, congratulations, because that's a blessing to not be like new year, new me. That's a different species or a different blood type. That you that type of person who can look at a new year and be like, nah, it's just a different day. It's kind of a negative and a pessimistic person. But it's all good. That's you. Ain't nobody judging you. But New Year's resolutions are something that people usually make every year, saying that what they're going to do the most. I'm pretty sure that the one people go for the most is losing weight. And at the end of the year, they find that they've gained weight. I know mine was that it went in 2012. And then I got married in 2000. No, mine was that in 2013. I got married in 2014. And thereafter, really, I just stopped doing the whole New Year's resolution thing. But again, New Year's resolution is something that people choose to do, to say they're going to do for the whole year. And some people, they actually follow through it. A lot of people have a problem with that whole idea because it's just like, why you got to wait till the New Year's to do something different? Which I understand because it is just a different day, pretty much. But it's symbolic. It's just like, okay, but why wait to do it? A day shouldn't make you be less lazy, based off of a few hours. So I get the disdain for it, and I get the kind of like, all right, really? And why people cross their eyes at those types of posts on Facebook and stuff. But at the same time, I kind of understand it. This year, 2017, I am going to make my New Year's resolutions. You can judge me. That's cool. I don't mind because this is my life. And you should feel the same way when you make decisions to do things. It's your life. And as long as I'm doing it, pleasing in the eyesight of God, regardless of anyone's beliefs, you should do it. However you feel it should be done. But just keep in mind when you're setting New Year's resolutions to have some realistic goals. So I'm just going to give y'all a few goal setting tips. Okay? Before I go into detail about my New Year's resolutions. First of all, you have to be realistic. That's number one. You can't make this long list of stuff to do and then expect it to be done. You setting yourself up for like hills and roller coasters of depression rides. Especially when you look around and you compare yourself to other people who didn't start at the same spot that you started in. You're going to start feeling real bad when you start seeing, okay, like say for instance, like I said, the number one New Year's resolution is always to get in shape and be fit and lose weight. Especially among black people. Everybody want to go to the beach and stuff on spring break. Everybody want to go out of town and take, them Instagram type, artistic type, Pinterest type pictures on Facebook and post them during the summer. And nobody wants nobody to see that extra little roll or that love muffin or anything like that. So what they do, they set these unrealistic goals, especially if you start like in the high numbers, like you short and you weigh like 188 pounds or some joint like that, like, or 220 pounds, it's stuff like that. You say, I'm going to lose 70 pounds this year. That's unrealistic, and you're kind of setting yourself up for disappointment. I'm not saying that it can't be done, but if you're a person who's working, you face a lot of stresses every day. We all know that just because it's a new year don't mean that that boss that don't do any work but continues to hound you, we all know that ain't gonna change them because it's a different year. We all know that, I don't know, if y'all got rough situations. I can't relate to this, but say you having some, domestic problems or some relationship problems, that person ain't gonna stop doing whatever they doing just because it's a new year, although you would like to say that in a dream world or in the movies. That's just not how life works. So the last thing you want to do is put unrealistic goals against the variables of a stressful life. That's unfair. That's setting yourself up for failure. So that's my first tip. My second tip is be firm yet flexible, which kind of correlates or mostly correlates with what I said with number one. I understand that you have these lists and these goals that you have set forth or whatever. But say you set out a certain due date. Like for instance, I have this whole spread of everything I want to do in January. All the videos, all the blogs I want to do, all the YouTube videos, all the short films I want to write, all of this stuff. And I'm supposed to produce this and all of that stuff. But I have to understand I have things going on in my life. I'm a teacher in the daytime and a creator at night. So in between then, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I have family members, I have friends, I have all this stuff, and I can't just close myself off to these certain things. So if I have a due date, right, that can be moved a little further, I understand that you don't want to disappoint yourself. But just like, okay, like say, I don't know, you want to post the Martin Luther King video in honor of his birthday that will be on the 16th of this month. Or, not his birthday, but the celebration or, what is it? Observation of his birthday. That part. The honorary respect for him, which will be on the 16th of this month. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So say, you want to make sure a video is out on that day. Okay, so your deadline is on a certain day. It has to be on the 15th. You got to be finished on the 15th. Okay, that means you need to create this window of workspace by which this is going to get done. You might want to go ahead and start now. Because you can't be like, I'm going to have time to do this or it's not time for me to work on it. Basically, you just have to be flexible. I understand with that, you want to get that out on the 16th. But say you want to do a Valentine's Day video. On Valentine's Day, ain't nobody going to be watching your video. What they're going to be doing, they're going to be out on dates or on Facebook hating on people on dates or doing powerfully single post. So as long as you post it before or prior to Facebook, you straight. Or on Black History Month. If you say, ooh, on the first day of Black History Month, I want to make sure I have this pro-black video out there so everybody can be like, yeah, I'm black. But you got the whole month to celebrate your skin. So don't stress yourself out by making February 1st due dates and making sure you make that and not getting sleep and all that stuff. Just be flexible and your life will work a little better. Number 3, believe. First of all, my main issue with a lot of people who say they want to do certain things is the fact that they don't even believe in themselves. Like, first of all, your idea sparks in your head. And if you don't believe in yourself enough, you don't believe in your ideas enough to sell it, it won't be bought. And it's as simple as that. If you don't believe that you can't accomplish the goals that you done set forth for the year, you ain't going to accomplish the goals that you done set forth for the year. It's just that simple. It's kind of like the head leading the body. It starts in your mind. If you don't feel like you can walk, you going to walk and stumble or some joint like that. Psychologically, I don't know. But you get the gist of what I'm saying. Basically, if you say, I'm going to be an actress, but you don't really believe that you can do it, you won't do it. For instance, me as a prime example, I said in the beginning, I like to act. I can handle a few scenes. Based off of certain opinions from some people, I might not be the best, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write films to make me be like extraordinary. And I do short films to get practice, to get notes online on YouTube. So like, it's something that I want to do, it's something I believe that I can do, so I'm going to work on it. But if I just took what other people said, whose opinions ultimately don't matter because they're not breathing the air into my lungs and they're not putting the food in my mouth and all that stuff. And even if they are, they didn't, they're not going to die with me. They're not going to be buried with me. Then I should probably believe that I can do what I done said will be done. Otherwise, scrap it off your list. Number 4, be excuseless. When I pledged Alpha Psi Omega National Theater Honor Society at Albany State University, one of the things that we said was excuses are tools for the incompetent. If you have pledged, then you know what else follows behind those words. If you're making excuses, then you're cutting time that you could be using to accomplish certain goals. So simply put, stop making excuses. If you say you're going to do something, you want to do something, don't spend most of your time talking about it. That's my job. That's what I'm doing right now on podcast, on this PlaNiya podcast, talking about it. But you know what else I'm doing? I'm working. I've been saying for over a year that I wanted to do a podcast. And this idea developed in February of last year. And for the longest, I was talking about what I wanted to do. But my excuse was that I was dealing with some losses. Had 2 miscarriages in 2015 and 1 in 2016. So, well, let me say I had 1 miscarriage in 2015, 1 chemical pregnancy in 2015, and 1 chemical pregnancy in 2016. And so I used a lot of that as an excuse. I used certain things that I was going with my husband's family members. I use a whole bunch of excuses to not do stuff. But the bottom line was I wanted to do it, and I didn't have enough cool to do it because I was making excuses. Granted, if things happen in your life, you have that right to take some time off and back up. That's where being flexible comes in. But at the same time, if you're going to do that, you need to be content in that decision that you make and make up for it later. Like, you can't, and I'm going to just say this, you can't spend all your time wallowing. I understand that people have different time frames to bounce back from certain things, but you just can't spend all your time wallowing in all that sorrow because ultimately life and time ain't going to stop for you. And time is one of the most valuable things that you can have because it's the thing that you can't get back. So I advise you, you pick up, you dust your behind off and you keep it moving. I'm not saying don't go through what you're going through. I'm just saying you got things to do. Number 5, the most important one is to be serious. A lot of people sit down, they say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, la, 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 la. Like, for instance, when I was in college, and I would say, I made beats or whatever. The instrumentals, those things, the things people, rap and sing over. First thing out somebody's mouth, and if you're another person who made beats or something like that, or you sing or something, first thing out somebody's mouth is what? Hey, yo, I rap, or I sing, or whatever. But most of the time, or a lot of the times, it's just something they do for a hobby. And I kind of feel like that's the blame for hip-hop failing, music industry failing, because a lot of people ain't taking the music thing serious. It's just a means to make money. And the music that's coming out trash, but that's going to be a different topic on a different day. But anyway, if you set goals, hold on, my foot going to sleep. Let me adjust. All right. Basically, if you're going to set some goals, if you say, I'm going to do this, you need to be super serious about it. That's another thing. A lot of people don't even take their own lives seriously. They sit up here trying to be individually like everybody else. Like, when we were growing up, me and my big brother was talking about this earlier. When we were growing up, you could tell where somebody was from based off the way they spoke, based off of the things that they wore. And nowadays, ain't nobody got their own style. And those that do, people criticize. I respect those that dress out of the ordinary. I respect, power couples who, take these Vogue-like pictures. Like, for instance, these two people that I grew up with, they are some just phenomenal artistic and creative people who are after God's own heart. I'm sorry, I'm going to plug for Jesus. But anyway, and they're business partners, and they model, and he dances and he sings, and she's a fashion designer, and they are the Akins, and they conduct themselves in a royal manner. And my husband and I, like, we sit up here and we rap all day. Not rap, literally, unless we're having a freestyle battle, which is also a fun thing to do to spark your marriage or your relationship, which will be another topic on another day. But it's like all these things that are good are no longer a trend. And everything that is silly and everything that is like fattable, meaning things that wouldn't last long back in the day, that's sticking. So I don't think a lot of people are serious about their craft, about their art, about their passions, because they're too busy trying to follow what everybody says. Okay, like there's money here, or ooh, if I rap, I'm gonna come out cool, or ooh, if I wear my pants or my behind can show, then I don't understand that concept. No one has ever explained that to me. I mean, they explain where it came from, which is why I don't understand the appeal. But at the same time, it's just like, but why do y'all wear y'all pants like that? And I'm just gonna say it, like when y'all take these little poses on Facebook, when the girl is like looking down on the ground or whatever, what y'all be looking at? Or when the dudes, like they have their pants and then they have their basketball shorts or whatever, and like the pants are like light, like slightly hanging off their hips, and then they have on a belt, and their legs are slightly parted, and their feet are pointing in opposite direction and looking like they squatting a little bit. And then they kind of angle their arm to be pointing at whatever in a peace sign. And then they kind of, they lift their shoulders a little bit. I'm trying to give you a visual, so just stick with me. They lift their shoulders a little bit, and then they hold their head back. And then, like, I don't know what they do with their eyes. I can't explain that, but it's just like, all right, take picture. Is that supposed to be a symbolism of power? Because I swear, seeing a man in a suit that fits, okay, is so powerful to me. I just don't understand that. So it's just like, when I say be serious, I'm meaning like, find your individuality. Be original. Let people really see that beauty that is within, because y'all be looking crazy. Some of y'all, not a lot of us, but some of y'all be looking crazy trying to follow a fad. Like trying to follow these fads that shouldn't last as long as they do, but they do. I just don't understand. Now, give me a second and I'm going to flip to my New Year's resolutions. I don't have a lot, but mine were pretty simple, and I have not finished this list, but it is what it is. My first one is I want to keep God first. I want to have a baby. I want to lose weight after that baby. I want to put out new content like podcasts and vlogs and short films and blogs. I want to meet 75% of my goals for PlaNiya Entertainment Company. I want to keep in touch with people more because I am terribly bad with keeping in touch. And I would like to go on a cruise, which has already been paid for me and my husband's 3-year anniversary in December 2017. Boom. Now, those are my New Year's resolutions. Those are some of them you could take. You can still the one about keeping God first or whatever. If you want to have a baby, go ahead and do that. Just make sure, I'm tell you like my mama tell me, make sure if you have a baby, you're going to take care of them because that is important. You don't want to push a baby out and you're not able to take care of them. That would suck, donkey balls. So anyway, what I was going to say. Some other suggestions, of course, would be the top New Year's resolution that everybody pick. You could lose weight. You could maybe dedicate some time or a personal challenge. You can do like, Instagram challenges, like 30-day challenges. Like for instance, I'm doing this 365-day challenge. Granted, I did not start it on January 1st. I actually started it back in September. So I'm going to be finished in September, but you can do the 365-day challenge where you basically do something every day that's different. Like the reason why I started that, I went into detail in a video, on a Happy Monday video that's coming up this month, as well as in a vlog, which is Superwoman Mechanico. But anyway, the reason why I started the 365-day challenge is because every day my routine was get up, go to work. I may go to the gym, I may not, but most of the time I didn't. I come home, I cook dinner, I get my work clothes out, take my shower, do my hair for the next day, and I go to sleep. After I done watch some YouTube videos. That's not living. So the 365-day challenge had different things. Sometimes it was simple things that you could just do at the house, and then other times it was things that you could, you have to leave the house, like bowling and stuff. Like, I've never gone on a hike. I went on a hike. Or, I've never looked at a YouTube routine video and tried to do the dance. Now, I've looked at the choreography routine, but I knew better because I got a big head. And so, like, usually if I bopped it too fast or I moved it too fast, I would get dizzy and lightheaded or whatever. But with this challenge, I actually attempted it and it was fun. And so it's designed to make you get outside your routine. And that helped me spark my creative balance. If you're a writer, you could go to Barnes & Noble and get those writing prompt books. Or if you're a drawer or an artist, you can go and get the sketchbook. I absolutely recommend Barnes & Noble. No, this isn't a sponsored video at all, mainly because it's the first one. So no, I ain't got no sponsors. But anyway, I would highly recommend Barnes & Noble because you would be just surprised at the things that you could find in there to do to spark your creativity or to get a spark on your life. I had writer's block. I got them writing prompt books. And baby, I got all this little content to work on. It is pure gold, but y'all can do that. A new hobby I picked up was bullet journaling, and what that is, it's kind of like, it's a planner, it's a to-do list, and it's a diary all in one. And the reason why I wanted to do that is because I always spend like buku amounts of money on planners, and I still end up carrying around all these other notebooks to keep these other projects or different tasks or different ideas in. But a bullet journal, I was able to create the planner that would work for me, as well as have all those notebooks in one. And so when I go to get my iPad or my laptop, my MacBook, and do some planning and all that stuff. Everything is right there. I don't have to look at any other notebooks and stuff like that because everything is right there. So you could pick up, a hobby. One of those hobbies being bullet journaling, which I would highly recommend, being that it's a new year and you need a planner. Try it out. But if you ain't creative, I don't know. I don't think it may be for you. But if you want to take a whack at it, go ahead. Another thing that you could try to do is keep in touch. You can steal that one. For me, I can think about you. I can check your Facebook to make sure you're all right. But that part where you actually send how are you doing text, it gets lost with me. Let me tell you why it gets lost. Sometimes you just want to say, hey, I was just thinking about you. I hope you're okay. And then you want that same thing back. Some people don't grasp it, and they end up calling, and you just be wanting to watch these reruns in your Hulu or your Netflix, and so you just be like, nah, I ain't gonna reach out or whatever. Or sometimes y'all don't respond and y'all hurt people's feelings. So basically, I'm going to try to open myself up a little bit more to have these conversations. Or, well, if you don't respond, and I'm just going to fall back anyway. That's just how I am. So, yeah, you can steal that one, too. And another one would be, and it's simple. You don't have to do nothing. And it's a mindset thing. Just try loving yourself. And I know that's so cliche, but it's cliche because it's true. Just try loving yourself. And remember that you love yourself. If something bad is happening, or if it's a stressful moment going on this year, because 2016 threw some stuff, 2015, all these years are going to throw some stuff at you. Why? Because you're growing. If you're not uncomfortable, you will not be experiencing growth. You need to be uncomfortable to experience growth. So during these uncomfortable moments, remember that you love yourself. You got God looking out for you regardless of our beliefs or whatever. He's still looking out for you. And remember that you love yourself. And then you just conduct yourself accordingly. All right. Now, that was basically the gist of this podcast. Again, this is PlaNiya Podcast. This episode is called Introduction. It's clever because it's the first podcast and I'm introducing, am I saying that word right? Introducing it. And it's clever because I couldn't think of no title and I didn't feel like it, and I felt like I needed to go ahead and record it, or I wasn't gonna do it. Now I'm gonna tell you about the next episode as soon as I can find this layout in my bullet journal. Give me a second. Give me a second. Where are you? Gotta flip to the index. I really encourage y'all use in a bullet journal. Like, it ain't nothing like having your own planner. So where you get that from? I made it, girl. And it looks nice. And you're gonna have to buy a ruler or something because you can't be having jacked up lines today. Alright, for our next episode, we'll be talking about investing in yourself. A lot of things, something that a lot of us want to do. Investing in yourself, meaning your community, you and your dreams, not waiting on somebody else to do it, believing in yourself enough to do something, and believing in your community enough to build something, being with like-minded people so y'all can build something, acting like the royal priesthood that we are. We're just going to explore that, and God willing, we will have a guest on there. Again, I am Jasmine Green McConaughey. I would like to make a shout out to my family because I love my family. My husband because he's the best one. Get your own, boo. I prayed in the Lord. I would like to make a shout out to my students because they have made this year of teaching so wonderfully laxed that I have not been stressed. I would like to make a shout out to my brother for sparking this genius in me. My older brother DJ. I would like to shout out my mama. These are a very long list of country shout outs. So I'm not gonna do it. Y'all know I love y'all. Anyway, also check out my blog, Superwoman Mechanical. Hold on, let me get the address for you. Let me get it. It's a shame. I should be more organized. thejasminegreenmechanical.blogspot.com. It's going to be listed below. You'll be able to see it, so you won't be in the dark. Also, please check out Easy Good Eating, and its first post will be up on, give me a second. See, you hear me using this bullet journal? You hear it. Its first post will be up on the 8th. Check out The Lawyer's Wife. Why? Because I'm a lawyer's wife. Well, he about to graduate law school and he gonna pass the bar on the first round, and then I'll be a lawyer's wife. But we claiming that thing, we speaking that thing into existence. Check out its first post on the 12th of January. Check out my new blog, Black. And you can see this listed right over here. And I think that's what this PlaNiya podcast is going to be on. I do believe so. So go ahead and read and listen to some of my spoken word. Get acquainted with the community on here. Leave a comment, leave a post, leave questions. Leave everything positive. If you leave something negative, God willing, you're going to be shut down. I don't play that mess. Y'all play too much. And see, that's the problem. But I'm not finna fuss. Also, I need you to check out The Anonymous Teacher. And for those of you who are chasing motherhood, check out Chasing Motherhood. And I'm going to go into details about those blogs a little later. I also want to add a question addition to this. I didn't get a lot of questions, so I didn't want to go into a spiel or a question spiel. But next week, hopefully I've been accumulated a lot of questions, some things that you can look out for. I will be dropping some short films this month on YouTube. My YouTube channel is The Jasmine Green Mechanical. Simple as that, on YouTube. And also I'll be doing vlogs where it's called Jazzy Daily, where you can get to know me a little bit better. And I think that's pretty much it. Check in again next week, this time, for another video. And hold on, let me check. And that is it. Remember, this mind is mine. Let me say it again. This mind is mine. Y'all can't steal that. It's copyrighted. Love you. Bye.